Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of moments where we find ourselves standing at the edge of comfort, staring into the unknown. And let me tell you, change is scary. It shakes us. It makes us question everything we think we know about ourselves. But here's the truth: growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Growth happens when we embrace the fear and step into the unknown. True growth doesn't come from staying comfortable. It comes from facing challenges, stepping into the unknown, and embracing situations that stretch us beyond what we thought possible. Comfort, as appealing as it may seem, is a trap. It creates a sense of security that feels good in the moment but keeps us stagnant. The truth is, nothing transformative happens when we remain in the same place, doing the same things we've always done. Growth requires discomfort because it forces us to confront our limits, overcome our fears, and adapt to new realities. Think about the moments in your life when you've truly changed or evolved as a person. Were those moments easy? Probably not. Growth comes from trials, from moments of doubt, and from situations where you feel like you're on the verge of breaking. But here's the thing: those moments of discomfort are where the magic happens. When you're faced with difficulty, your mind and body are forced to adapt, to become stronger, to find solutions you didn't think you had. Growth is not about avoiding discomfort, it's about leaning into it and allowing it to shape you. Discomfort pushes you to face your fears head on. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, but it also serves as a guide. When something scares you, it often signals that it's important, that it matters to you. Discomfort forces you to examine why you're afraid and to move forward despite that fear. This is where resilience is built. It's not about avoiding fear, but learning to navigate through it. Each time you push through discomfort, you build confidence in your ability to handle the unknown, and that confidence becomes a foundation for future growth. Consider the analogy of a muscle. If you've ever worked out or trained for anything, you know that growth and strength doesn't come without pain. When you lift weights or challenge your body in a new way, you're literally creating micro tears in your muscles. Those tears are repaired stronger than before, but the process requires strain and discomfort. Similarly, life's challenges tear us down in ways that feel painful in the moment, but those same challenges rebuild us into something stronger. Without the discomfort, there's no growth, no improvement, no evolution. Discomfort also forces you to question the narratives you've created about yourself. Maybe you've told yourself you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable of achieving a certain goal. Staying comfortable allows those narratives to remain unchallenged. But stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and facing adversity expose those limiting beliefs for what they are: lies. Discomfort has a way of breaking down the walls you've built around your potential. It shows you that you're capable of far more than you imagined. One of the most significant ways discomfort leads to growth is by teaching you to adapt. Life is unpredictable. Plans fail, relationships end, jobs change, and unexpected obstacles arise. The more you face these situations, the more adaptable you become. You learn to navigate uncertainty with grace and develop the ability to pivot when things don't go as planned. This adaptability isn't just a survival skill, it's a growth skill. It prepares you for bigger challenges and positions you for greater success. The beauty of discomfort is that it also teaches you gratitude. When you've struggled, when you've faced hardships and come out on the other side, you gain a deeper appreciation for the progress you've made. You no longer take the little things for granted because you understand the effort it took to achieve them. This sense of gratitude fuels further growth because it reminds you of what's possible when you persevere. Discomfort builds character. It's easy to be kind, patient, and optimistic when everything is going well. But who are you when things fall apart? Who are you when you're faced with challenges that test your limits? Discomfort reveals your true self and gives you the opportunity to become someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. Growth through discomfort is a universal truth. It's not an easy process, and it's not always pleasant, but it is necessary. Every step you take into discomfort is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Fear has a way of creeping into our minds, planting seeds of doubt, and convincing us to stay where we are. It whispers lies that make us believe we're not capable, not worthy, or not strong enough to take the next step. It tells us that failure is inevitable, that rejection is certain, and that the unknown is too dangerous to face. Fear thrives on uncertainty, magnifying it until it feels insurmountable. But here's the truth: fear is a liar. It's an illusion that keeps you small, holding you back from the life you're meant to live. Fear operates as a defense mechanism. Its purpose is to protect you, to keep you safe from harm. But in doing so, it often creates barriers that are unnecessary and unwarranted. Fear sees change as a threat because change disrupts the status quo. It tells you to avoid risks, to stick to what's familiar, and to choose comfort over growth. But comfort, while it feels good in the moment, is not where fulfillment lies. Fear tricks you into thinking that staying the same is the safest option. But in reality, staying the same is often the most dangerous choice. It keeps you stagnant, preventing you from reaching your potential and experiencing the fullness of life. One of fear's biggest lies is that you're not ready. It convinces you that you need more time, more resources, or more knowledge before you can take action. It tells you that you'll fail if you try, that you're not equipped to handle what lies ahead. But the truth is, no one ever feels completely ready for the big moments in life. Growth and readiness come through action, not before it. Waiting for fear to subside is a recipe for inaction. The only way to silence fear is to move forward despite it. Fear also lies by exaggerating the worst-case scenario. It forces you to focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. It magnifies the possibility of failure while minimizing the potential for success. It's like a distorted mirror, reflecting a version of reality that's far more negative than the truth. When fear takes over, it becomes easy to forget that challenges often come with lessons, and failure is not the end but a stepping stone to growth. By believing fear's lies, you rob yourself of the chance to learn, grow, and achieve something extraordinary. Another way fear deceives is by making you question your worth. It tells you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. It compares you to others, making you feel inadequate and unworthy of success. But these lies are based on insecurity, not reality. Everyone has moments of doubt, and everyone faces challenges. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the willingness to confront fear and keep moving forward. Your worth is not determined by fear's narrative. It's determined by your actions, your resilience, and your ability to rise above the lies fear tells. Fear is also a master at creating imaginary obstacles. It makes you believe that the path ahead is filled with insurmountable challenges, that the odds are stacked against you. But many of these obstacles exist only in your mind. When you take the first step, you often find that the road isn't as daunting as fear made it seem. The act of moving forward dispels fear's illusions, showing you that you're capable of far more than you imagined. The greatest breakthroughs often happen when you push past the lies and take action, despite your doubts. Fear is persistent. It doesn't disappear after one victory. It shows up again and again, each time with a new set of lies. It might tell you that you're too old to start something new, that you failed too many times, or that it's too late to change. But these are just more excuses to keep you from trying. Fear wants you to believe that you've missed your chance, but life is full of opportunities for those who are willing to face their fears and step into the unknown. Fear also preys on your need for certainty. It makes you believe that you need to have everything figured out before you can take the next step. But life is not about certainty, it's about trust. Trusting yourself, trusting the process, and trusting that you'll figure it out as you go. Fear wants you to wait for perfect conditions, but perfection is an illusion. Progress comes from embracing imperfection and moving forward anyway. The lies fear tells are powerful because they're rooted in your deepest insecurities. But they lose their power the moment you challenge them. When you take a step forward despite your fear, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought. You realize that the worst-case scenario isn't as bad as you imagined, and that the best-case scenario is worth the risk. Each time you confront fear, it becomes weaker, and you become stronger. Fear will always be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. Its lies are only as strong as the power you give them. When you choose to act in spite of fear, you reclaim that power. You take control of your narrative and open the door to growth, opportunity, and transformation. Fear may try to stop you, but it can't win unless you let it. The choice is always yours: believe the lies or step into the truth of your potential. Struggle is an unavoidable part of life. It comes in different forms at different times and often without warning. It challenges you, tests your limits, and forces you to confront situations that you may not feel ready to face. But hidden within every struggle is an opportunity to grow stronger. The adversity you face today is shaping the strength you will carry into tomorrow. Struggle is not a punishment, it is a tool for transformation. When you are in the middle of a struggle, it can feel overwhelming. The weight of challenges can seem unbearable, making it difficult to see any positive outcome. But every time you push through, every time you refuse to give up, you are building a foundation of resilience. Struggle teaches you how to endure. It shows you that you are capable of far more than you initially believed. Strength is not something that appears overnight. It is cultivated through the process of enduring difficulty, one moment at a time. Struggle forces you to dig deep within yourself to find resources you didn't know you had. It demands creativity, determination, and perseverance. It pushes you beyond your comfort zone into a place where real growth happens. When you face challenges, you are learning to adapt, to problem solve, and to persevere even when the odds seem against you. These are the very qualities that build strength, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. Adversity has a way of revealing who you truly are. When life is easy, it's simple to appear strong or confident. But when you are tested, when you are pushed to your limits, your true character is revealed. Struggle strips away the superficial and brings out the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. It forces you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities. In doing so, it gives you the chance to overcome them. Struggle also teaches the importance of persistence. The road to success, to growth, or to healing is rarely a straight path. There will be setbacks, moments of frustration, and times when it feels like the struggle is never ending. But each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Every time you refuse to quit, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than your challenges. Strength is built in those moments of persistence, when you choose to keep going, even when it feels like the easiest option is to stop. There's a lesson in every struggle. It teaches you to appreciate the small victories, to celebrate progress even when the end goal feels far away. It reminds you that strength is not about being unshakable, but about standing firm when everything around you feels uncertain. Struggle humbles you, reminding you that life is unpredictable and that you don't have all the answers. But it also empowers you by showing you that you can handle more than you thought possible. Struggle is a refining process. It's like gold being purified in fire. The heat and pressure may feel unbearable, but the result is something stronger, something more valuable. Every challenge you face is preparing you for what lies ahead. It's building the skills, the mindset, and the resilience you'll need for future obstacles. You may not see it in the moment, but every struggle is shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Struggle also fosters empathy. When you face difficulty, you understand what it means to feel lost, to feel like giving up. That understanding makes you more compassionate, more aware of the struggles others are facing. Strength isn't just about what you can endure, it's also about how you use your experience to uplift those around you. Struggle connects people, creating a shared understanding of what it means to persevere in the face of hardship. It's important to recognize that strength doesn't mean the absence of struggle. Strength is the ability to move forward despite it. It's not about never feeling fear, doubt, or pain. It's about not letting those feelings define your actions. Struggle doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're alive, growing, and evolving. The moments that challenge you the most are often the ones that prepare you for the greatest breakthroughs. Life is filled with struggles, but it's also filled with opportunities to grow stronger. Each challenge you face is shaping you, preparing you, and building you into the person you are meant to be. Struggle leads to strength, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. It's through the process of facing and overcoming challenges that you discover your true power. Every time you rise after a fall, every time you keep moving forward, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than you think. Letting go is one of the most challenging yet transformative actions you can take in life. It requires courage, honesty, and an understanding that holding on to certain things, people, or circumstances can keep you trapped in a cycle of stagnation. Growth cannot happen in a space that is filled with the past, with outdated beliefs, or with things that no longer serve your purpose. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing the value of what you're releasing. It means making room for something new, something better, and something that aligns with the person you are becoming. The act of letting go is often misunderstood as giving up or walking away in defeat, but it is far from that. Letting go is an act of strength. It's a conscious decision to release what is weighing you down so that you can rise higher. Whether it's a toxic relationship, an old mindset, or even a version of yourself that no longer fits your future, letting go is about recognizing that clinging to the past hinders your ability to move forward. It is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's acknowledging that growth requires space, and space requires release. Letting go often begins with an honest assessment of your life. It requires asking yourself tough questions. What am I holding on to out of fear? What is no longer serving me? What am I afraid to lose, even though deep down I know it's not right for me? These questions can be uncomfortable because they force you to confront truths that you may have been avoiding. But growth demands honesty. You cannot step into your future while carrying the baggage of your past. Fear plays a significant role in why people resist letting go. Fear of the unknown, fear of change, and fear of loss can make it feel safer to hold on, even when what you're holding on to is hurting you. It's natural to want to cling to what's familiar, even when it no longer fits. But the truth is, growth is not found in comfort zones. The very things you fear letting go of may be the things standing between you and your next breakthrough. Fear tries to convince you that letting go will leave you empty, but in reality, it frees you to be filled with new possibilities. Letting go requires trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. It's about believing that even if you release something that once felt essential, you will be okay. In fact, you'll be more than okay, you'll be free. Free to explore new opportunities, free to grow into the person you are meant to become, and free to live a life that aligns with your purpose. Trusting the process doesn't mean you won't feel pain or discomfort. It means you believe that the pain has a purpose and that the discomfort is a sign of transformation. The process of letting go can be painful. It can feel like you're losing a part of yourself, especially if what you're letting go of has been a big part of your identity. But growth often requires a shedding of the old to make way for the new. A seed must break open to sprout. A caterpillar must leave the safety of its cocoon to become a butterfly. These transformations are not easy, but they are necessary. Similarly, letting go may feel like an ending, but it's also a beginning, a chance to step into something greater. Letting go is not a one-time event, it's a practice. There will be moments when you find yourself tempted to return to what you've released, especially when the future feels uncertain. But each time you choose to let go again, you strengthen your ability to move forward. Letting go doesn't mean you forget or erase the past. It means you honor it for what it taught you and release it so it no longer holds you back. It's about carrying the lessons, not the weight. Growth through letting go also means embracing the unknown. It's about being willing to step into a space where the outcome isn't guaranteed, but the possibility for something better exists. The unknown can be intimidating, but it's also where creativity, innovation, and transformation happen. When you let go, you open yourself up to opportunities that you couldn't see before. You create room for new experiences, new connections, and new paths that align with your evolving self. Letting go also allows you to reclaim your energy. Holding on to the past, to resentment, or to things that no longer serve you drains your emotional and mental resources. When you let go, you free up that energy to focus on what truly matters. You can redirect it toward your goals, your growth, and your well-being. Letting go isn't just about releasing, it's about redistributing your energy in a way that empowers you to move forward. Letting go is about liberation. It's about choosing growth over comfort, purpose over fear, and the future over the past. It's a decision to value yourself and your journey enough to release anything that no longer contributes to your progress. Letting go may not be easy, but it is always worth it. It's through the act of releasing that you gain the freedom to grow, to evolve, and to step into the fullness of your potential. Fear has a way of sneaking into our lives, planting seeds of doubt, and holding us back from becoming who we are meant to be. It's subtle but powerful, whispering lies that make us second-guess ourselves, delay decisions, or settle for less than we deserve. Fear convinces us to stay in situations that no longer serve us, avoid taking risks that could lead to growth, and ignore opportunities that could change our lives. But the truth is, fear is a thief. It robs you of your potential, your dreams, and the life you are capable of creating. Fear often disguises itself as practicality or caution. It tells you that you're being smart by not taking that leap of faith, by staying in your comfort zone, or by avoiding failure. But underneath it all, fear is driven by insecurity and a lack of trust in yourself in the process. It convinces you to play small, to aim lower, to shrink your ambition so you won't risk disappointment. It's a cunning voice, one that sounds reasonable but is really working against you. Fear doesn't want you to succeed because success means stepping beyond its grip. When fear takes over, it creates a cycle of inaction. You start to avoid situations that might challenge you or make you uncomfortable. But the irony is, growth always happens outside of your comfort zone. Fear tricks you into believing that staying safe is the right choice. But staying safe often means staying stuck. You can't grow if you're not willing to stretch yourself, to face the unknown, and to embrace uncertainty. Fear robs you of progress by convincing you that standing still is better than moving forward into the unknown. Fear also feeds on the idea of perfection. It tells you that you're not ready, that you need to wait until the timing is just right, or until you have everything figured out. But the truth is, there's never a perfect moment to start. Waiting for perfection is just another way fear keeps you from taking action. It's a trap that keeps you endlessly preparing, planning, and hesitating instead of doing. Fear knows that as long as you're waiting for perfection, you'll never take the first step toward what you truly want. One of the most dangerous ways fear operates is by magnifying the risks and minimizing the rewards. It makes you focus on everything that could go wrong while ignoring all the things that could go right. It creates a distorted view of reality, where the challenges ahead seem insurmountable and the possibilities seem too far out of reach. Fear exaggerates failure, making it seem like a permanent state instead of a temporary setback. It blinds you to the truth that failure is often a stepping stone to success, not the end of the road. Fear doesn't just affect your decisions, it affects your mindset. When you let fear take root, it shapes the way you see yourself and the world around you. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, or that others are more deserving of success than you are. It creates self-doubt and erodes your confidence, making you question your abilities and your worth. Over time, fear can paralyze you, keeping you from even trying, because you've convinced yourself that you're destined to fail. But fear is not an indicator of truth. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you are incapable. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it doesn't define you. It's a signal that you're stepping into new territory, that you're on the verge of growth. Fear isn't something to run from, it's something to confront. The moment you face your fear, you begin to take its power away. You realize that most of the limitations you thought existed were only in your mind, placed there by fear's lies. Fear thrives in silence and secrecy. The more you keep your fears to yourself, the stronger they become. But when you name your fears, when you speak them out loud or write them down, they start to lose their hold on you. Bringing fear into the light allows you to see it for what it really is, an obstacle, not a barrier. Once you acknowledge your fear, you can begin to challenge it, question its validity, and take steps to move past it. Fear also loses its power when you focus on your purpose. When you're clear about what you want and why it matters to you, fear becomes less significant. Purpose gives you something bigger to focus on, something worth fighting for. It reminds you that the discomfort of facing fear is temporary, but the reward of growth is lasting. Purpose helps you push through fear because it keeps your eyes on the prize instead of the obstacles. Letting fear rob you is a choice, but so is fighting back. Fear will always be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. The next time fear tries to stop you, remember that its power lies in your belief in it. The moment you stop believing its lies, fear loses its grip. Don't let fear take what belongs to you, your dreams, your potential, and your future. Every step you take in spite of fear is a step toward reclaiming what is rightfully yours. Change is one of the most powerful forces in life, yet it is also one of the most resisted. People often cling to what they know, even if it no longer serves them, simply because the unknown feels too daunting. But the truth is, change is the gateway to unlocking potential. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and forces you to confront parts of yourself you may have never explored. It creates opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and achievement that would remain hidden if you stayed stagnant. Change may be uncomfortable, even painful at times, but it is through that discomfort that you discover the depths of your own resilience and capability. When you resist change, you limit yourself. You box yourself into a version of life that feels safe but is ultimately unfulfilling. It's easy to convince yourself that staying the same is the best option because it's familiar. But familiarity is not the same as fulfillment. Growth requires movement, and movement requires change. Without it, you risk living the same year over and over again, mistaking routine for progress. Change breaks that cycle. It challenges you to let go of what is holding you back and step into what could be. It's not about abandoning who you are. It's about evolving into who you're meant to be. Change unlocks potential because it forces you to adapt. When life shifts in unexpected ways, you're given the chance to develop new skills, perspectives, and strengths. Adaptation is a skill that only comes with experience, and experience comes from embracing change. It teaches you how to think critically, solve problems, and remain flexible in the face of uncertainty. These are the qualities that allow you to grow, not just as a person, but as a contributor to the world around you. Change pushes you to rise to the occasion, to meet challenges head-on, and to discover abilities you may not have realized you possessed. One of the most transformative aspects of change is the way it reveals your true potential. You often don't know what you're capable of until you're placed in a situation that demands more from you. Change can feel like a storm, shaking up everything you thought you knew, but it also clears the way for new opportunities and possibilities. It's in those moments of upheaval that you find out what you're truly made of. You learn to rely on your inner strength, to trust your instincts, and to believe in your ability to navigate through uncertainty. Change strips away the illusions of comfort and safety, leaving you with nothing but your own resourcefulness and determination. Change also unlocks potential by breaking patterns. Humans are creatures of habit, and while routines can provide structure, they can also create stagnation. When you do the same things day after day, you stop challenging yourself. Change disrupts those patterns, forcing you to think differently and approach life with fresh eyes. It shakes you out of complacency and makes you question what you want, what you're doing, and where you're going. These moments of introspection are invaluable. They help you realign with your goals and dreams, and they remind you of the bigger picture. Change compels you to reimagine your life and consider new paths you may never have thought possible. Fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons people resist change, but failure is often the first step toward success. Change brings with it the risk of failure, but it also brings the potential for growth. Every time you fail, you learn something new about yourself and the world around you. You gain insights, build resilience, and become better equipped to handle future challenges. Change gives you the opportunity to take risks, and with those risks come rewards. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about using it as a stepping stone to something greater. Failure through change is not the end, it's a part of the process. Another way change unlocks potential is by opening doors to new experiences and relationships. When you embrace change, you invite new people, places, and opportunities into your life. These experiences expand your horizons and expose you to perspectives that can enrich your understanding of the world. Change broadens your network, your knowledge, and your capabilities. It helps you grow not just personally, but also socially and professionally. Each new connection and experience adds to your toolkit, equipping you for whatever lies ahead. Change also challenges your mindset. It forces you to confront limiting beliefs and self-doubt. When you step into the unknown, you may initially feel uncertain or inadequate. But as you navigate through change, you begin to realize that many of the limitations you believed were real were simply constructs of your own mind. Change helps you break free from those mental barriers, allowing you to see yourself in a new light. It builds confidence and empowers you to take on challenges you once thought were beyond your reach. Change is not something to be feared but embraced. It is a catalyst for transformation, a necessary force that propels you toward your best self. It opens up paths you never imagined, introduces you to parts of yourself you've never met, and helps you grow in ways you didn't think possible. Change is not just a part of life, it is life. To resist it is to resist your own potential. To embrace it is to unlock everything you are capable of becoming.